Hey guys, this is John T. I'm back with a news story in regards to Bungie. So there was a court ruling revealing that details about death threats against Destiny 2 developers. An Ontario court ruled in favor of Bungie's request to identify the source of multiple threats and harassment in June. Bungie recently filed a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against Destiny 2 player Luca. So if you don't really know about that, just to summarize this, because I did post a video on this as well, I'll put it up in the description and the links. So Luca got a copyright strike from Bungie, right? Because he was putting up music from Bungie's game Destiny 2 onto his YouTube channel without actually putting up any gameplay. So he was just posting up the songs and music. That's not okay in terms of Bungie. So once he got a strike, Luca actually studied that copyright strike, and what he found out was that it's really easy to just mimic the strike that Bungie did, and he started doing that to other players as well. So that's a big scenario. And Bungie find out in the end, and there's a big lawsuit. They threw the lawsuit on onto Luca. It's started with 7.6 million, so it's still going on. I think I'm not exactly sure about what happened, but at one point, for instance, he told the studio to keep your doors locked and indirectly threatened to commit arson at Bungie's headquarters by a ruling issued in June by the Superior Court of Justice Ontario. Canada reveals just how serious those threats were and how they went far beyond simple trash talk and jokes. Well, I would say that they need to take this guy seriously now because he had been putting up so many copyright strikes to different people, really good Destiny 2 streamers, and people were actually thinking that Destiny 2 Bungie has gone crazy, and people are actually thinking about closing their channels or simply shifting from um, not playing Destiny 2 and some of the games. So Bungie actually got hurt as well because if people keep on playing the game online, they keep on streaming, that means that there's some level of interest in other people as well. Other people keep on playing the game as well. Once people play the game, they get more cash. So that's how business works. So it's not good for Bungie and Destiny 2 for streamers and mainstream streamers to be thinking that they should probably not play the game. So that was the story behind this. So June 15 ruling, and which ordered a company called TextNow to provide the real name of a user who had issued threats against Bungie, includes disturbing new details on the nature of the attacks, which began early in June after Bungie employees tweeted an ad for Destiny 2 featuring Twitch streamer Uhmaayyze. I'm not sure how to say that, but I think that's how you say it. So shortly after the Bungie tweet, several employees of Bungie began receiving voicemails and text messages on personal, unpublished telephone numbers, repeatedly using a racial slur referred to colloquially as the N-word. Superior Court Justice Fred Myers wrote that night a person who called himself Brian left a voicemail on the personal telephone line for the employee who posted the ads. Brian referred to the employee by name and requested that Destiny 2 provide a scene or a downloadable piece of the game DLC for N-word. This guy's crazy, man. A few minutes later, he called back, and I mean, it's not funny to make the joke. I'm just saying that that guy's crazy to go to this extent. That's the only thing. A few minutes later, he called back and identified himself as a member of far right-wing social network known to publish material that is censored from mainstream social media. He repeated the request of an N-word cutting DLC to be added to Destiny 2. Another employee was also subjected to multiple voicemail messages from the same number containing homophobic and racist slurs. So, looking at that right now, I'm thinking first I was thinking that maybe it's going to be the same person, but now I'm thinking it's probably a different person altogether. That horrific in its own right, but the threats against the Bungie employee in question also grew more overt. A person using Leon's number had a pizza delivered to the employee's house, indicating that they knew where the employee and his partner lived and left a voicemail telling them to enjoy your pizza. Leon also tweeted a picture of the employee's Bungie identification and said the employee is not safe. Well, that's actually coming into It's scary, man. It's like a movie. You know, those kind of movies where hackers are teasing you. It's almost exactly like that. The judge also took note of Leon's Twitter handle, Inkel, and it's similar to Incel, which he described as a violent misogynist ideology. The similarity between the terms makes the threats more frightening, the judge said. So they actually knew what they were doing. It did not refer to it specifically, but the city of Waterloo, where TextNow is based, is less than 2 hours from Toronto, where self-described incel murdered 10 people in 2018 van attack. Whoa. This is getting serious. So Judge Meyer said in his decision that he didn't know what Bungie was going to do with the alleged perpetrator's real name, but indicated that he didn't care either. Whether they sue in the US or just gave the name to the police, I'm satisfied that the exceptional equitable remedy ought to be available to identify people who harass others with base racism with dogs abuse personal information. Yeah, I mean, Judge did the right thing, and Bungie is doing the right thing as well, going after this person, trying to find out who that is, so that there could be certain more investigations being done. It's like Bungie is under the radar of so many people these days. The ruling in favor of Bungie was issued in June, but wasn't released until a month later because of the serious nature of the allegations of danger. According to a report by the record, Bungie had since taken legal action against the alleged perpetrator, and earlier this week, Bungie General Counsel Don uh, McGowan indicated that the studio's legal department had no intention of backing off. Community manager DMG04 also recently commented on the situation, saying on Reddit that Bungie has reduced its public interactions with Destiny 2 fans because of real threats towards our people and our studio. He also indicated, as this ruling confirmed, that the situation is often worse than it appears. Just because you can't see it directly is a given tweet or forum reply doesn't mean that it didn't happen. So yeah, I mean, Bungie is doing the right thing at the moment, and this is really alarming. The lengths people can go to just to threat other people. So let's just see what happens. This is the news right now in regards to the court ruling that reveals that details about death threats against Destiny 2 developers. So I'm just glad that I'm not a developer because sometimes people generate this kind of hatred towards you just because of the game because maybe it's just they play the game a lot and they like it first they like it then they start hating it then they think that they own everything that is related to the game and the game should be acting or reacting the way they want the game to be but that's not always the case, right? So with that, John TM signing out. You have a nice day. Thank you for listening and watching.